I am mennsa. I post a game every day until I reach 500 elo. I am currently rated 422. Okay, since we're white, we always like to get into the London, develop all our pieces before any attacks are made, and usually that's the best plan. So my opponent is rated 481. So so I have nice turtle table of chess for the hummingbirds to play on. And okay, see what happens. So he's gonna kick your ass. Wow, why do you have to say it? Okay, so my knight now can come out and then we can start developing our king side. Put the bishop here, the knight here, and provided that this doesn't get attacked, it can stay where it is. It often gets attacked, and it gets attacked as I say it. I don't like to wreck these pawns, so I usually will just retreat it. And then if he takes, then I take with this pawn, and then we have an open file on the king side for our rook, which we will then possibly consider castling on the queen side. So now, so I believe he just, no, I'm wrong. Just erase what I said. I was gonna say he took the defender off the bishop, but the pawn is defending it. So I gotta watch. I often see things that are ghosts. And we'll do this. So as much development as possible in the early game is so essential. I find it's everything. Nothing can even happen if you don't have development, it seems. So right now, if I bring this bishop right here, I can put him in check. He wouldn't want to block with this queen, and he can block with the bishop. Seeing as how it's not an easy just disrupt the king and make a move, then I won't do that because that just makes me have to retreat my bishop. So the queen will have to move possibly up because once the rooks are connected, they like to look at one another. I just have to decide if I'm going to do the king castling or the queen castling, because if he ends up taking that with his bishop, then there will be some disruption of the pawns. At least this one here is still here. It's just a matter of, well, it's he's going there. I really am tempted to go on the queen side. And move my queen up here, and then I can do it. And if he ends up taking that, see, I have a lot on the king side for attackers, so his pieces, he still has a bishop in his opening square here. His queen is still there, undeveloped. And both my rooks, he's obviously castled, but I am going to castle very shortly. And then my rooks are going to get into a file that will be opening. Okay, so now he has that coming up here, and the knight is now attacking my queen. So if I go up here, then see, or if I just take this knight off, then he has a pawn there attacking my knight. So I obviously have to do something about that knight, which I think I will just take with this knight. Okay. So if he takes this way, then he has that file open for the king side. And if I bring this here, eventually, right now, though, oh yes, I have to bring, yes, the more important thing than castling is getting your attacked knight out of where it is. So I wanted to go there because my rooks, when they get on to something, could be at. And okay, so I will bring this over here. Oh, I wasn't watching the queen. Okay. So I wasn't watching that the queen is on that. I should be looking at what's on that square before I move a piece to a square. And obviously, if he doesn't take me now, then I have to move the knight again, so it will be put here. Okay. Just because he was attacked there doesn't mean I have to put him somewhere else where something can take it. Okay. So now I have lost a piece. And I don't want to castle on the king's side. So let's castle on the queen side and then start getting some rooks. I'll get the rooks on this file and then I can start thinking of pushing that pawn up here. And obviously he can en passant that pawn. We'll see if he does. And this bishop will be protecting that pawn there. So he might anticipate that and then take that bishop. But the first thing I want to do is get my rook on that file because he's got his rook down. And so, okay, goes there. So now let's take this rook and put it here. And I obviously have to get this pawn moved up before I can get that other rook developed. So I would have to put it to the only square will probably be on the bishop 2 square. So I guess I really should have watched where I was putting my knight, but mistakes do happen. Just not very happy when they do happen, but you try to bounce back and get some material back. Okay. So his queen is there looking at that. So if I do push this pawn, he decides to do, say, a passant move, then I can take that bishop. No, I can't because the rook, no. Okay, gotta see what happens here. And so over here on the queen side where I've castled, I just have to watch what's happening. He's got his bishops looking down. That pawn is going up, so if I end up taking him, then he takes back and he has his bishop there. And if I leave it and he takes, then I take that pawn. So if I do start doing that pawn move that I was talking about to attack the queen and he does some sort of en passant move, then I will have to figure out something. Okay, so that is there, and now is he gonna do it with that? I'm gonna find out. And this pawn can be taken, and if it is, then I can take it back with the queen, and I don't have to take one of the defenders off this pawn. Right now, his queen is under attack by a pawn, though, and I think that will be what is the most important. So he goes there, okay. If I now start doubling my rocks, okay, let's just see if I possibly should take that. Then he takes back and he's got his bishop looking up here. And actually, if he takes back, he takes back, he's got his bishop there. Trying to see if there's anything. And there's always some sort of trickiness happening, so I try to see all of things. That pawn is an issue. This is defending it, so is the queen. And if I bring this bishop here, it's not defended, so I have to, I guess, figure some other thing out, because if he does take me here, I can take my queen. And can this bishop do anything nasty to him? This bishop can come over here. It doesn't look great. I need the extra defense on that. So I am actually going to start doubling my rooks then. So two bishops. So he's got knight up. I have no knights. And if I get two rooks on that file, right now that pawn can't be advanced. I could find a way to advance it, maybe. And is there something else my queen could be doing? Eh, no. If this pawn, no, that's not. Yes, if it was up here, then this bishop could go here. So once I move my rook and have everything in place, then I can consider pushing that pawn, and then the bishop can come up and do that attack. Because I can continue to attack his queen, and it really seems like the queen is out there. So he's pushed that pawn, and if I push this pawn here, then it's not going to go any further. And if I allow him to do it, if he pushes it, then I would take it. But if he gets another piece behind it, that won't be very good. Okay, so I did want to develop this other rook. I almost put it on the wrong square by mistake, so that I can start getting this pawn up, and then this bishop can attack the queen. Okay, so now he's going to come in with that, and he will have the rook on it. So he would take back with the rook. I see. Oh, my queen is here. And I'm going to start trying to make things a little bit difficult for him, because I'm going to attack his queen next move. And okay, my queen, obviously, if he pushes, I have to take, and then he would take back. He would only have the rook to take back with, and then my queen would take the rook. And so we both have kind of like a try thing with our pawns kind of looking at each other. Something is going to have to get taken off in one of them. Okay, so he has pushed the pawn. It is now attacking my queen, so I take. And the only thing he has to take back with is the rook, which the queen would just take. I don't like having that file open, But this bishop is planning on getting that attack on the queen next, if it's able to. Obviously, the opponent can cause something. Okay, so they go there. So now they can put me in check, and then they win my queen. So have to obviously move either my king or my queen. And if I move my queen here, then the king might be able to do other things. And if this will still be defended once, he can take it off. And so, yes, I have to move one of them. And I'm thinking I should move the queen. If I move the king, then, well, he has more of an opening. Queen can't go there, so she has to go where she can protect this pawn at least once. But then is it's one defense on something where your queen is going to be taken, might as well be no defense. And this bishop has to get up. Okay, so now this bishop can now do the attack. Let's just make sure that it's not something very bad that I would have to deal with, because he's still up +3. I'm going to attack his queen, and he would have to either move his queen or lose it, and the rook is looking there. Okay, well then I don't think he wants to lose his queen to a pawn, and even though he is up material, it's not enough to warrant losing a queen. Okay, so now I'm just going to follow with my plan that I've been trying to do. And so now that knight has to stay there, and if this gets taken, then this gets taken. So I will have to find a way to get a defense on that pawn. Is pretty much, I think, dead. If my king moves up here, okay, so my queen is looking quite nicely at things. And this is protected by the king. Okay. Not enough to, oh, that was not exactly a very ideal thing. Okay, so if I go here right now, then what happens? Uh, I'm currently attacking his queen, but I can't take it because I'm in check. So if I go there, I think I want to do that. The knight can't come and put me in check. The rook can obviously take that, and I just take him back, so that's not good. I think that that square looks like possibly good one. And his queen is still under attack, so that is going to be something I want to deal with when I can, when I'm not put in check or something else. If he ends up taking, say, this pawn here, then he would be attacking my queen. But I would first take his queen. And okay, and then I would have a chance to move. Okay. I think that's why I don't see what the move is, because I'm highlighting pink squares all the time, and then it's hard to figure out. Okay, the queen does move. The knight is protecting that rock. Okay. I push this pawn. Seems like there should be something here to into. Can't obviously go there with my king, and that pawn goes up. Then exactly what? If he takes me, then I take him back, and I could take back with bishop. And that bishop there is a little bit of a problem, and I really would like it if my king could, or my queen maybe has to come over here, but is it gonna cause a problem? Because if he puts his knight here, no, he doesn't put me in check. He could put his bishop there. Then the knight is under attack. Okay, so I am right now thinking of that because it is defended. Of course it is. I need to get something to attack this that isn't a major piece, and my bishops are kind of using their what they can. If I could get what I want to get my king over, this pawn would just be taken. My queen goes here. I could have something going up there. So I really, there's, seems like there should be something. Okay. So obviously everything close to my king is, I can't do anything about. If I take that, then he takes with the bishop. And, or he can even take with the queen. And if I push this pawn and he pushes his, then I can continue pushing. Thanks. Well, we'll see if that leads to anything. My rook is very well defended. And this bishop can come up. It wouldn't be under attack, but it would be attacking that rook. So, let's see if he takes the pawn, and obviously what he takes it with. Obviously, he's not going to take it with the queen because I just win his queen, so yeah. And if I take that, then, and he takes me back, then I just pretty much Oh, did I just blow a piece if I do that? Because my bishop can't come here. I might have just made a very bad error. But if I take it, he takes with his bishop, and then if I take with my rook, he takes with his queen, and then I take with my rook. Then he has his rook down there, and I don't have any pieces hardly. This bishop could go here, attacking the rook. So if he takes my bishop, I take his rook, but then I lose a bishop and a rook. That is not a very good exchange, though I've caused myself a little bit of an. And then we've got this. I can't forget that the bishops go both ways, so that's totally out of the question. And this pawn here, okay, very protected. And if I go here, queen, that bishop can come here. There's really so little, it seems. If this bishop comes here, that's no good. If it comes here, it's looking up that way. And my chess stuff should just be below at 101. Okay, so and I'm getting really low in time. So let's do this then. Yeah, so many on that. 1, 2, 3. I have 1, 2, 3. If I get my queen in on that. Does that actually cause a problem? Now I'm getting really low in time, which often happens, and I seem to try to use as much time as I can because I really need it, especially when it gets bad, and then it really. Okay, so I take. It's not okay, so he's gonna try and get that, and obviously he has too many over there. So I'm gonna have to possibly just get my king. Oh, wait a minute, because if I go here, he can't go here. He's getting a little bit trapped here. Yeah, I have to get off that file that both the bishop is here and then the rook is, it's just too many. He's just gonna get totally smothered in there. Even when he's not surrounded, he's surrounded by enemy pieces, so you'd think he can't have anywhere to go. Okay, so I'm able to take that. Okay, so he can take that pawn and it's going to be checked. So I should have actually just went there if I would have thought about that. Because now he's going to just get my queen. Okay. I can't go there. Wait a minute. I have to go here? Okay. This is not a very good end game. I'm down 6 material and I'm really getting quite murdered. I can't go here. I can't go there. I guess the only square is there, which is a better square for if I want to take with I have now attacks on things and no, of course he's got a checkmate. Okay. Well, that was poor.
You did fine. You got your ass handed to you, but it's okay. You did good.
Well, you said I was gonna lose.
I'm bad luck.
Okay, well, thanks for watching and double predicted my the outcome of that game. Pretty wise for a teddy bear. Hey, thanks for watching. Bye.